This is my third time trying to record this video, and I don't have that much time because I made plans at 3 o'clock and it's already 2:30. So we're just going to go ahead and get started. Hello, my name is Tanaya Antorius. I'm going to be... Is that even my YouTube name? I think I changed my YouTube name. So I think I changed it to Tanaya Antorius. If I didn't, I am. So today, if you guys haven't already seen by the title, I'm going to be doing a life update because I did start a YouTube channel before and I just stopped out of nowhere. And I'm also going to be talking about me becoming a military wife because if you did not know, I got married. Surprise! I'm going to go ahead and jump right into it. First things first, I do want to say that my channel might switch up a little bit, but I'm still going to be doing the budgeting videos that I did because I like budgeting. I think budgeting is so cool, and I found it a very easy way to save money. This is the beginning of the video, and I already talked too much about stuff that has nothing to do with the video, but basically what I was saying here, or all that rambling that I was doing about stuff that has nothing to do with the video, basically I'm going to be switching my channel from just strictly budgeting to I'm going to try to do hair videos. I want to do vlogs. I want to do budgeting videos as well, and I also want to do any videos about becoming a military wife at a young age because I did that and I'm doing it. Please excuse my hair. I'm also going to be popping in and out of this video because there's a lot of moments where I repeated myself and I just stopped making sense. So yeah, enjoy my beautiful face. And I hope you guys enjoy. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I know it might be a lot, but my situation is a lot. So yeah, it's not really a life update. It's just me talking about what I went through. But anyway, make sure y'all like, comment, share, and subscribe, and enjoy. I just like budgeting, so I'm gonna start budgeting and cash stuffing. If you guys are interested, you can go watch those videos too. I'm also gonna be doing hair videos, and I'm also gonna be sitting down and talking about becoming a military wife. If anybody has any questions about it, I'm still new to it, therefore I cannot give you as much information as I'd like to. I'm still learning myself, so what I do find out, I can help you with. If I don't know, I just simply do not know. First things first, I do want to start talking about what happened when he joined. When he joined, it was the summer. It was a couple weeks before I started my senior year, which was hard for me. When I tell you I was struggling, I was struggling. I did not make any friends the last 4 years or the last 3 years of my high school career. If I did make friends, I could not hang out with them just due to my parents and the way that they had things going on in our household. If I asked to hang out, I couldn't hang out, but that's another story for another time. When I could hang out, I had to stop hanging out with them because there was so much drama between the parents. And if it wasn't the parents, it was me and the child. So it was a lot. Whenever he left, I was really struggling because when I tell you I cried the most when he left for basic, I cried the most. He left around this time last year. It's currently July 20th. The 19th. It's July 19th, and he left around this time last year. I think it's the 20th. Y'all, I don't know. It's somewhere. I'll put it on the screen if I have to. It's a day. It's a day. It's another day. We had been together for a year and 6 months at the time. We got together January 2020. And this time frame that I'm talking about is currently July to August 2021. He had left, so there's that. Our relationship was already hard because my parents, the same reason I did not have friends, me and him could not hang out. We kind of started off on a rocky path, which is another story for another time. It's another video for another day, because it's a lot that happened in that year, 6 months of us dating. We were not allowed to hang out. We were not permitted to hang out by my mother. His parents didn't really have a big issue with it. I mean, my mom's biggest thing was our age. When he left, I was 17, he was 19. So there's that. When we started dating, I was 15, he was 17, and then he turned 18 and I was still 15. And everybody saw that as a big deal. When I turned 16, he was still 18. Then a little bit later, he turned 19, so on and so forth. It just kept going like that. So now I'm 18 and he's 20. It's not that big of a deal now, but it was a big deal before. But yeah, our relationship was very hard in the beginning. We started dating right before COVID hit, so we were going to school together. I think we maybe went on one non-permitted date, shut everything down. I was not allowed to see him, and then to make matters worse, COVID hit. We all got kicked out of school. I had to talk to him on the Chromebook. I got my phone taken away because my mother found out that me and him were sneaking out. Like I said, it's a whole nother story for a whole nother time. That's just to sum it all up. A lot of things happened within that time frame. I'll probably do a video on it. But our relationship has been hard. We didn't really start, due to the way our relationship was, we didn't really get to start hanging out until 2 months before he left. So once after my 17th birthday, we were starting to hang out. Mind you, my 17th birthday was May 2021. We started in January. Am I tripping? Yeah, I'm not tripping. I'm right. So yeah, my 17th birthday was May 2021. We started dating in January 2020. That whole time, we were not allowed to hang out. I was doing things I wasn't supposed to do to see him for 5 minutes at a time, maybe an hour at a time. But most of our relationship was over the phone. So yeah, it was very hard, being that those 2 months we got into the routine of hanging out, and then boom, he left for basic. So that was very hard. It was very, I struggled. Like, I was really sad when he left, because I knew that I had to go to school with no friends, and this is the only person that I talked to. And it just, I felt like as soon as it started getting good, everything got stripped away from me. So I had to find ways to distract myself. So I took college classes as well as my regular high school classes. So I had 4 high school classes, 2 college classes on the side, and then I got a job just to keep myself distracted for when he came, or for when he wasn't here with me, because I knew I was not going to be able to talk to him. And yeah, it was very hard to me. I'm not going to say I already knew what it was going to be like, because you definitely, the military, being a military wife, dating someone in the military, talking to someone in the military is definitely unpredictable. If you don't take anything away from this video, make sure you understand that if you are thinking about becoming a military wife, a military girlfriend, a military husband, a military anything, if you do not know what it's like having someone, dealing with someone, being close to someone in the military, understand that it is unpredictable. You are not going to be able to be set in a routine, because the military does not accommodate to your routine. The military does not accommodate to your actions, your feelings, and your choices in life. The military is only gonna expect you to accommodate to them. So when I tell you, if you're thinking about it, make sure you think long and hard, because I'm definitely someone who is very into having a set routine and doing things a certain way, and you cannot do that in the military. You cannot say, okay, this is what, it's really hard. The hardest thing is to make a plan, because you never know what the military is going to do to you. Making a plan is very hard, because you never know what the military is going to throw at you. Like, literally, they'll tell you 2 weeks before you have to leave that you're leaving. They might tell you 2 days before you have to leave that you're leaving. So if you don't take away anything else, make sure you understand that you cannot be comfortable in the military. I definitely did have a little bit of experience. I do have a brother in the National Guard, and I do have a cousin who is active. I've watched my brother leave and come back. My brother actually joined the National Guard his junior year of high school. His summer of junior year, he went to basic. He came back, finished high school, and then went back and finished basic. Yeah, it was hard. Like I said, whenever I'm speaking about how I felt about him joining, it was definitely hard, being that I had no friends. I had just transitioned from COVID. He was the only person I talked to. We were just starting to get into a set routine and get close, and we felt like everything was going good, and then boom, he left. So that just happens. I was definitely sad. I won't say that is the biggest depression of my life. I think what I'm going through right now is kind of the closest to the biggest depression I've ever went through, only because I've transitioned so much. One thing about me, I hate change. If everything could just stay the same, I'd love it. But it can't. So yeah. When he was in basic, I definitely wrote him every single day. If I didn't write him every day, I wrote him just about every week. When I tell you I was writing letters so much, I had to put 2 stamps on 1 envelope. Okay, so I haven't gotten his letter, and I also haven't talked to him since last week on Sunday. I sent him a letter I put the letter in the mailbox on Tuesday. They didn't take it till Wednesday because I had to put 2 stamps on it. And now It's hot. It's hot. I'm putting in his second letter. Ugh. And it is Saturday, which means he might call me tomorrow. Just tell him I sent him 2 letters. Yay! Yeah. I have a box full of letters that he wrote me. I'd show you guys, but I don't want to because it's in the closet. It's far away, and I don't feel like getting up because I want a time crunch. So yeah. When he was in basic, he got to call almost every Sunday. Sometimes he didn't call me because he called his family, or he couldn't call because they got in trouble. As long as the team or the platoon was doing good, they got to call every Sunday. Once he got to AIT, it got a little bit easier. We was able to talk a little more often. I was not permitted to go to his graduation. His parents and his brothers went. They asked me to come. My mother would not let me, so I did not get to see my husband. Well, he was my boyfriend at the time. I did not get to see him graduate AIT. My mother just was not comfortable with me going. I watched it on Facebook, but I didn't get to see him, so it's not the same. He did 6 months. So I'm gonna say he left for about August 2021 for basic. He did not graduate till around February 2022. He did get to come home for Christmas and New Year's, not Thanksgiving. But when he came home for Christmas and New Year's, he was not permitted to come home after he graduated. I think a lot of people were. He was not, because he took his leave for Christmas and New Year. Now I guess I can talk about the long distance thing. When it came to long distance, we both knew it was gonna be hard. We literally lived 5 minutes away from each other and was not allowed to see each other. We only spoke on the phone for the first year and a half of us dating. After school got kicked out in February of that time, or maybe it was April. School kicked out around, well, February. I think it was February. I don't know. I just know we got kicked out of school around that springtime, and after that my life went downhill. We couldn't talk on the phone. If we did, I got in trouble. It was a lot of stuff going on in that situation, like I said, and I'll say it again. I told you guys, I repeat myself. That is another video for another time. But yeah, we already knew it was going to be hard, and we definitely did not think it was going to be this easy. And long distance definitely, well, I won't say it broke us up, because one thing we ain't gonna do is break up. But when I tell you that long distance definitely shoved a wedge, I won't say shoved a wedge in between us, but it definitely caused problems, because I say it's because I miss him so much that all we can do is argue. That's the only way we know how to communicate now. Because when he came home for Christmas and when he came home for us to get married, we were fine. I was emotional, as I always am. I'm a big waterhead, I'm a big crybaby. I was definitely emotional, but it's a learning process for everybody. One thing about military and dating him while he was in the military is definitely hard. So yeah, let's see. Okay, so after he came home for Christmas, he left and went back to Texas, where he was stationed at. I'm sorry, he went back to AIT, and then AIT. So I think what I was mentioning right here was basically he came home for Christmas and New Year's. He went back January to finish off AIT. Once he finished off AIT, he graduated February 3rd. I did not go to his graduation because I was not allowed to. My mother was not comfortable with that. I think I made that point already. Once he finished off freaking AIT, he had to stay in AIT or wherever they were. I don't remember the base they were training at or where they were doing basic training at. I don't remember. All I know is he did AIT and he was stuck there for a hot minute. He did not get to Texas, to Fort Hood, which is where he's stationed at right now. He did not get there till March. So he was there for about a good month waiting just to get there. And that's just how that went down. I don't know why it took me so many words to say it, but it did. Bear with me, y'all. I'm telling you, I repeat myself a lot. I get confused when I'm talking about stuff because I might think I'm wrong and then I realize that I'm right. But yeah. I had my cousin pick him up from the military, from the airport, help him have somewhere to place his car until he got a car. His parents helped him get a car once he was there. He was staying in the barracks and doing what he could. I don't know a better place to put this clip other than here, so I'm gonna just mention it here. Once we got married, mind you, I said he was staying in the barracks. Once we got married and he came home from us getting married, about a month after, they made him leave the barracks. When I tell you that you don't get to stay in the barracks long when you're pregnant or married, you don't get to stay in the barracks long. As soon as they find out, as soon as that information get processed, you have to leave. So be prepared. So yeah, the plan. Jesus Christ, we had a plan. This was back again for like the 18th time. So I'm gonna just go over the original plan on Snapchat as much as possible because I'm still confused on what the original plan was. When he first joined the military, the plan was whenever I was in school, I was going to go to college. We were going to visit each other in between semesters. So I think in college, I'm pretty sure you get semester breaks. And I was going to save up money because I was going to be working. I was going to save up money. I was going to visit him in between my semesters. He was going to visit me in between semesters. Christmas leave, we were going to take, because once he got Christmas leave and I was on Christmas break, we were going to take a trip and meet in North Carolina. I was going to go back home. He was going to come back home. We were going to be there for Christmas. We had it all figured out, but we didn't. I'm not going to college. Here it is. I'm supposed to be starting college next month, and I'm not going to college. I cut it all off. I pushed it all to the side once we decided that we were going to get married. So there's that. That was the original plan. We were not going to get married until January because we wanted to keep our anniversary the same. That didn't happen. I say impulsively, but we mutually agreed to get married this time anyway because he did not want to be boyfriend and girlfriend and have to be so far away from each other. He just wasn't okay with it, and I wanted to get married anyway because I love this man. But yeah, so we decided to get married mutually. We told everybody that we wanted to get married about a month and a half before we got married. So around April, that's when we told everybody we wanted to get married. That's when he asked my mom for her blessing. He told his mom. His mom started planning the wedding. We were just gonna go to the courthouse, get married, and call it a day. So I graduated. I turned 18 May 23rd. Y'all, I don't know why I did so much talking in that little video, but I'm just gonna try to make it make sense the way I can on Snapchat because, yeah, and just important in the video. But anyway, so basically, May 23rd was my 18th birthday. He came home for my graduation to watch me graduate. He came home maybe May 28th, maybe May 31st. I can't remember. I was supposed to graduate June 3rd, but it rained that day, so they moved it to the next day, which was June 4th. So I graduated June 4th. He came to my graduation. Yes, I knew he would home. It wasn't like a surprise thing. I saw him the night he drove in. After that, we got married June 7th. We had a big wedding June 10th. I'm not putting in the pictures because I don't feel like it. And then he left 14th. After that, like a week, maybe 2 days before our June 7th, I think it was like June 5th. No, it wasn't. It was June 12th, June 10th, something like that. I moved into his parents' house. He stayed with, like I said, he left June 14th, and I've been here ever since. So yeah, it's another story for another time as to why I moved out of my mom's house, because it was kind of abruptly. It was definitely not the way I wanted it to go anyway. I was supposed to stay with my mother until August, the end of August. Things happened, so yeah. I had to leave, and I did. But I didn't have to, but I left. That's the point, I left. So yeah. That's it. That's all. I don't know why it took me so much to say that, but it did. So that's all the information. And here we are now. And I'm probably just going to do that as a whole separate video as to so I think the next couple of videos will be me explaining our relationship, the first year and a half of our relationship, because it was definitely hard. So I'll probably just do that. Yeah, I'll probably do a video explaining how our relationship was so hard in the beginning, why we couldn't date, why we were not allowed to date. I think I did a video of it before, but I can do it again as long as I get the timeline right, which is very hard because There I go again, not making no daggone sense. Basically, I was saying that I'm going to try to do a video explaining the first year and a half of our relationship, because to me, and I think to him too, it was kind of hard. I got in a lot of trouble dating him because I was too young. So yeah, and I broke a lot of my house rules. I can go into detail on that once I get the whole timeline right, because it is a lot. A lot's happened in a whole year and a half, you feel me? And then I also said that I was going to do another video explaining why I moved out of my mom's house, which I just said that. So yeah. Somehow I got on the topic of wanting to go to college. I did want to go to college. That was the plan after high school, was for me to start back to school in August to go to college. I did not end up going to college. I ended up being accepted to most schools in the state of North Carolina, and then once we got married, I didn't want to stay here anymore. The plan was for me to the plan switched in the middle of the school year, or at the end of the school year. When we decided we wanted to get married, my plan went from wanting to go to college after high school to moving to Texas and finishing my cosmetology school there. And then after cosmetology, I would start going to school for social working. But obviously that didn't happen. Here is almost August, a month away, school starts, and I'm not in college yet. So I'm just going to go, once I move to Texas, then I'll start there, because I don't want to finish cosmetology here and then have to start over in Texas. So yeah, me and him were supposed to move in together by the end of August. It is now July, and that's probably more than likely not happening, considering the fact that both of our savings blew out of the water. That is a whole nother story. It's a really rough situation. I really can't go into it how I would like to, because I'm still not understanding how this happened myself. So being that I did not want to stay with my parents anymore, I moved in with his. Just a clarification as to what my plan may be now. Being that, like I said, the original plan was for me to move to Texas at the end of August. And I was going to stay here till the end of August. I was actually going to stay with my parents, but that's not happening, as you can see. With that being said, my plan now is I want to move to Texas. I don't want to be in North Carolina anymore. That may not be the case. I don't think I will move to Texas with him. Only because there's certain circumstances that may be keeping me from moving to Texas. Like, I don't have my license, and he's supposed to be leaving to go to Germany in February, maybe March, and I don't want to stay in Texas by myself, so I might just stay here, but I don't want to. So I don't know. I have to figure out another plan, because everything just changed, which is the point I was making in the video. Life just did not happen the way I wanted it to. Things just did not happen the way I wanted it to. And that's just the way of the world. There's nothing I can do about it. But yeah. So basically, yeah, that's just another video. So like I said, I'm just going to do more videos talking about the situation. Just know that if you, like I said, and I'll say it for the 5th time, if you don't take anything from this video, please understand that having a plan is hard. And if you have a plan, you need to be ready for anything to be thrown into that plan. You need to understand that dating, messing, whatever the case may be, with someone in the military is definitely not easy. I became a military wife almost about 2 weeks after I turned 18. So I turned 18. About a week later, I graduated high school. 3-4 days later, I got married. It's not easy. I do not recommend. If you cannot do it, it's not for the weak. So now I don't know really where life is going to take me. I do know that as of right now, I am going to be staying with his parents. My brother has recommended that I move in with him. I don't want to stay in North Carolina anymore, but my husband thinks it'll be he wants me with him. We did get news that somewhere around the time of February, maybe March, he will be sent to Germany for about 9 months. I cannot go with him because he's going for training. So I started talking about Germany, and I feel like I was just doing too much talking, too much detailing when talking about it. But basically, my husband is going to be moved to Germany, not stationed there, but moved to Germany for training, and I cannot go with him because it is training. It's not a deployment. So with all that being said, being the fact that I'm supposed to move to Texas maybe the end of September, maybe the beginning of October, maybe November. There was no point in me going, and then he leave me in March. He told me that he did not want me to go if I did not have my license, which I do not. And if I did not have my license when I got there, if I did not have a license and a job, I'd be sent back. Yeah, I don't know. I think that it is, I don't know. It's a lot. It's a lot of figuring out that has to be done. It was not planned thoroughly. Even with the plan, you can't have. As far as how my family feels about me being married and everything like that, they were too supportive. They feel like as if he's controlling, but that's a whole nother topic. One thing about being married, keep your family out your business. Try to let them know as less as possible. My family, on the other hand, know least and come up with their own stuff, and they just have their own ideas about the whole situation. But my mom, my brother, and my whole family feels like there's no purpose in me going to Germany at all. I mean, not Germany, Texas at all, just to be sent back. They feel like I should just stay in North Carolina until he gets back from Germany, but I don't want to do that. So I have to make a decision. Do I want to stay here or do I want to go to Texas? I don't want to be sent back from Texas, though. So I don't know. That's what I mean when I say I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what I'm doing right now. I'm just with his parents. And that's that. Oh, I forgot to mention, but for anyone who is trying to figure out my family's problem, their problem is I just turned 18. I've never lived by myself a day in my life. I've never been by myself a day in my life, and if I go to Texas, whether I have a job, a car, or anything like that, their whole thing is there is no one to protect me. They would be worried about me, and they just, like I said, overall I feel like it's better for me to just stay here where I'm close to my family until he gets back, because I'm gonna need someone there with me, because I'm gonna need someone to protect me, because I don't know Texas at all. He was going to be there for the first couple of months to get me adjusted, but that's not enough for them. So, I don't know. That's their problem. They just don't want me to go and he leave and I'm by myself. Pretty much. I hope this video was not too much off of, too much everywhere. I feel like I jumped from section to section. I tried to make it all make sense. I even wrote it down. All the key points that I wanted to touch on. So hopefully that this makes sense when I go back and edit it. If it don't make sense, I'll pop in and pop out. But yeah, hopefully I hope you guys like this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any questions about becoming a military wife, about doing hair, I can't answer that because I ain't got my license, but I did my own hair. And it's time to let it go because I've had it for about a month. But I'm going to keep it another week. I'm trying to keep it until I get paid so I can do something else to my hair. I'll probably take it out the week before I get paid. That way I can wear my hair out. I don't know. That's not none of y'all business. Y'all don't really care about that. That's not what y'all here for. But anyway, yeah. I definitely want to start vlogging, but I don't do much. I don't do anything. So yeah. Like I said, I hope you guys like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you have any questions about becoming a military wife, especially at a young age like I did, technically 17, but we'll just say 18. Yeah. I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye.